Here we go. I'm gonna open it now.
I've got news for you. The things I wanna pursue. Oh, I'm jumping up Kilimanjaro, Kilimanjaro. I've got the wind in my hair. Oh, Kilimanjaro.
It is pouring rain outside, so I'm going to be cooking in the house because I'm not going to bring all my stuff out there and get wet. Hey, Muffin. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite meals that's super easy and super homey on the road and super fast. And it's going to be cooking in about 20 minutes, total time 25 minutes, which is eggplant parmesan, which I just love. It's going to be a healthy version because you don't have to be frying the parmesan. So I'm going to show you how easy it is. I went ahead and I cut my eggplant, and this is a smaller size eggplant. I just cut it into like things like this, like, you know, basically I don't peel it. If you want to peel it, you can peel it. I wash it really well and I just cut it like that. Very simple ingredients, which is eggplant. I buy some mozzarella. I like the whole milk one, and then tomato sauce. I do prefer to put either parsley. I'm not a parsley girl, I'm a cilantro girl, so I do like putting a little bit of cilantro in there. At the end, what I do is, because this is not gonna have that crunchy baked flavor like you have coming out of an oven. So what I do is I buy either bread. I can toast some bread in with some butter on a pan and then cut it up into cubes, and I can put it on the top. I can have like croutons. If I have croutons, I can also toast them with butter on the pan and sprinkle them on top once everything is done, because you don't want them to get soggy. And then I'm going to sprinkle it over when I'm ready to eat it. First thing we're going to do is chop up the eggplant. Then I'm going to put in my first layer inside the Instant Pot is going to be tomato sauce, which is from the can. I just buy, you can use marinara sauce, which is what people mostly use. I'm just using basic tomato sauce. It doesn't have to be fancy. Remember, I have a small RV, so I can't carry a lot of stuff, so I carry this. And then I'm going to put that in there. And so I'm going to put my first layer of eggplant in there. And that's what's going to happen. I'm going to put all of this eggplant in there. It's going to be super nice. I'm putting the big pieces and maybe some small pieces. Sometimes what I do is, like, I have a lot of space in between. So I'm going to chop up some of the eggplant and kind of like nest them in there as well. So I take the smaller pieces and cut those. There, as you can see, I cut some of the smaller bits and kind of filled in the gaps in there. Now I'm going to put in a layer of more tomato sauce, and then I'm going to put some cheese. So I'll put a little bit of tomato sauce in there. Not a lot. We can put a little bit. Okay, that's good enough, because remember, this is going to steam. Just want you to know that I'm doing this recipe in my house today because it's raining outside and I'm running around doing 100 things, and I just don't have the time to go in there and do stuff in the Airstream today because I'm busy. I got lots of things going on, so it's just easier for me to do it. But this recipe is easy to do on the road. This is why I'm showing it to you, because it's healthy, it's filling, it's very homey. And you can make this when people come over to your RV. You can serve it over pasta. You can serve it over some quinoa. That's really super healthy. And another thing is, you can also make this eggplant with ground beef. It's vegetarian style the way I'm doing it. But in your Instant Pot, you would saute, brown your ground beef first. Then you take it out. You drain your Instant Pot. No oil or anything in there. Now you turn it back on. Now you put your sauce in there. You put your eggplant in there. And on top of your eggplant, you would put in a layer of ground beef. And you would just keep adding layers and layers like I'm doing with the cheese. You would still put the cheese, but you would have one extra layer would be the ground beef. So I'm just going to go ahead and put slices of mozzarella in there, which is really nice. It's nice and going to be super cheesy. So now my next layer, I put in a little bit of cilantro in there. I took a little pinch of salt, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of salt in there because my tomato sauce is pretty much plain. I don't have like I'm not using like marinara or anything like that. So most of, if you're buying those kind of tomato sauce, they have more flavor, they have more sodium in them, but I'm using plain tomato sauce from the can. So I put a little bit of salt in there. Now I'm gonna put my next layer of eggplant in here. Try to get them as close together as possible. Probably do about 3 layers here. So I'm also gonna cut some more so that I can fill that in. Now I'm gonna cut some cheese. Oh, I think it's really cheese. And these slices of cheese, I'm cutting a little bit thinner than the last one because the other ones were a little bit thick. I have my slicer in the RV, so it's raining and I'm not going out there, so I'm just cutting it with the knife. And you can do this like this. If you don't have a slicer for cutting cheese, you can do it also with a knife if you are in your RV. I'll put a little bit of sauce in there because the sauce is basically what is going to cook this eggplant, the steam. All right, there we go. And now I'm going to put the cheese. I'm going to try to spread that out. So I'm just going to take a piece of cheese and kind of like spread that tomato sauce around. All right, so we're going to put that in there. Putting the cheese on there. It's just going to be so good. I can't wait to bite into this later. I'm going to serve this as pasta. And I'm going to just do like some pasta with this. It's going to be super nice. So I'll just layer this over the pasta when I'm ready to eat it. Depending how big your eggplant is, I bought the smaller one because it's just me. So I'll probably have like 2 days of this, and then I might have 1 more day where I can actually freeze a meal for the future so that I'm not buying boxed meals when I'm running around. So whenever I cook for myself, I usually get 3 meals out of it. 2, 1 for today, 1 for tomorrow, because I know I'm going to be super busy tomorrow. But my 3rd meal, I'm going to freeze it. And then I have sometimes frozen meals in my refrigerator, and I have to prep in advance for it. It's already going to be ready. So this is a good meal that I could do that and just warm this up in the oven, or I can put it back in my Instant Pot and warm it up. Okay, so I still have some eggplant left. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1 more layer because I still have eggplant. So, oh, by the way, I am using, I think this is a 5-quart Instant Pot. This is the one that's in the house, and I have my 3-quart inside of the RV. So I didn't, it's raining, I don't want to go outside. It would just be a lot fuller, but it's going to cook the same amount of time. It'd just be further up the 3 layers than in this one. All right, so I'm going to put my lid on this one. Going to lock the lid in place, sure that the vent is on seal. And then of course I'm going to plug in my machine. Okay, so now we're going to put it on manual. And we're going to go for 10 minutes on this. This is going to cook in 10 minutes. Now, this doesn't have ground beef in it. If you were putting ground beef in this, layering ground beef in this, your ground beef will be cooked. I think if you cook the ground beef, you're going to be better off and just put it in there already cooked, because it's just going to steam in there with the sauce and kind of like infuse like all this flavoring. All right, so we're going to set that. Once this timer stops, we're going to let the natural pressure release. That means that we're not going to open the vent and release the pressure. We're just going to let it sit there for another 10 minutes. And that's going to be a total of 20 minutes where it's cooking in there. Just so you know that this eggplant is going to be kind of watery. It's going to have a lot of sauce. That's why I'm saying pasta is great with it. Quinoa. You can do couscous with it. It's great because those things kind of absorb the liquid. If you had some bread also to eat with it as well. So there's going to be a lot of liquid in there. What you can do is turn on the saute and kind of like cook it down a little bit if you wanted to, but at the same time you don't want to burn the eggplant. So I would just eat it like that, no big deal. You can always drain it, you know, you don't have to put as much sauce in your plate if you don't want to. So let's wait for the time and then we'll see how it goes. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make my pasta. I'm going to do it separately because you can't really put it in there, but I'm going to do it separately on the stove. The nice thing about making pasta is you can actually make a big bunch of pasta and serve it. Put it in your Ziploc bags during the week if you know you're going to have pasta another day in the week. And those are great. So you can put in the freezer section of your refrigerator in a Ziploc bag, already cooked pasta. So all you have to do is heat it up. Here to pick up my gun. All right, I'm super excited because I just picked up my gun and it's right here in the case. And you pay $25 extra for the service of them giving you the gun here. I got the case, which is super nice. So this is my new gun. And I love the color. It's the Army, the military color. This is the 9mm, nice and small for my hand. It's the Glock 43 9mm. And here's the magazine. So right now there's a lock here. With the sticker, this is where I bought it. Had it shipped here. And here's the magazine and the cleaning and the lock. So it's super nice. Just want you to know that I got my gun from Bushnell, Florida. I had to drive all the way to Bushnell. It's like very rural area of town. Fits my hand. It's the kind of gun that I wanted.
Turn left at the traffic light.
And I still don't have my conceal, but it should be coming in. I've already been approved, but I'm having a problem with my mail. So I'm trying to get that fixed. Hopefully they haven't sent the permit out and it got lost, because my mail was forwarding and then my mail should not have been forwarding anymore because I've been home and I haven't been receiving mail. And I'm like, well, my mail's not coming. I got packages, but actual physical mail hasn't really been coming to my post office. So that's what's going on. Okay guys, I was a busy girl yesterday and I was filming a video for you on how to make eggplant parm in the Instant Pot. But I had a phone call afterwards. I got really hungry and I ate my food. And then I remembered I forgot to show you my eggplant. So today is the next day. I'm busy working on some videos up back there in the porch. And ta-da, I have leftovers here. So I'm going to show you what my meal looked like yesterday, which is the same thing, except it's going to be reheated in the Instant Pot. And I want to show you how to reheat food in the Instant Pot. This is what my food looks like. I'm going to turn you around now in a second. I made some pasta yesterday, and then actually I got another one of these, but in a plastic. I stored that one in the refrigerator, so I have another day meal for the future out of this. So I ate yesterday, I'm eating today, and I have one more meal like this for another day. And that's all in with one small eggplant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up my dinner inside the Instant Pot. And you can use the Instant Pot instead of a microwave for reheating a lot of your food. So I put some water in here, about a cup of water. I put my trivet in here. This one just happens to have handles on it, so I can lift this out. And then I'm going to put this in here. This is a glass Pyrex dish, so it's going to be fine if it gets hot. It's going to be just fine. And then I'm going to put the lid. And I'm going to use the steam function. When you do the heating, you use the steam function. So you're going to go here to steam. And it says 10 minutes. Leave it for 10 minutes. It's going to be fine. And then we'll come back and my dinner will be ready. All right, guys. So I've been busy outside editing my video. I made myself a nice little salad so that I can eat it on the side with my heated food. So this is just tomatoes, spring greens, radishes and cucumbers, and a little bit of balsamic vinegar with some olive oil. And you can see my pot just stopped, and I'm going to turn it off. So I'm going to hit cancel, let the steam out. It's quiet now. Okay, when you hear the thing go down, it's safe to open. Wow, looks good. Look at all the steam coming out of that. You see it? All the steam. It's nice and hot. I didn't have to do anything. Oh, just my camera steamed up. So my food is nice and warm, and now I'm going to remove it from here and put it in my dish for eating. This one comes with the thing. I could just pull that out. There's my meal. I put a little cilantro on it because I love cilantro so much. And then I have my salad here, and I'm over sitting in that chair editing a video, but I have my video here so I can work on it a little bit when I'm having lunch, because I am working and Missy is over here trying to find out what is inside. Oh, now you learned that you really don't need to have a microwave in your RV. If you have a generator, you can do lots of things with the Instant Pot. You can reheat food in the Instant Pot. It's just going to take a little bit longer, but it's a great time if you're charging your batteries anyway, that you can heat things like that. You can also make popcorn Instant Pot. So we'll do that another day. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I just wanted to let you know that I have another video coming up this week talking a little bit more. It's going to be a gun video, just talking about the gun, why I chose the Glock, and some of the other suggestions that I also got that I took into account. I had written a list when all of you guys started giving me suggestions for gun. I did write all that stuff down, but then I decided to get the Glock. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. Oh. Must have fallen asleep. Man, that was comfortable. What's this? Stickers. Get yours by going to the description box below.